Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Whoa, whoa. How you doing? Yep. Are you awake? Are you just faking sleeping over there so that I'll go away again? Because it ain't gonna work. All right. Out of respect to my current circumstance with family members and their medical diagnoses, I am now going to record as available. And I am in a position with my father that I believe he has. I believe this. I haven't heard this. I haven't had this diagnosed. No one in the family has told me shit. But what I do know is that everything that's happened for the last 6 months has been something I've been dreaming about my whole life. And this is some fucked up shit. Because while I'm all in on the idea that I've got some undeserved connection to mystical, meaningful human experiences, to have some of the ones that have persisted since my childhood start to realize is spooky, honestly. I haven't had a life full of seeing the future and seeing it come true and being able to predict this or that. Fuck, man, I lost all my money gambling. Of course I can't see the future. Except when I can. And I guess that's what's so fucking weird. Is that I can undeniably say I've known my whole life how my father was going to die. Because it's happening exactly as I thought it would. Even some of the hospital deja vus have been so disorienting I've had to leave the room. And it's oddly disconcerting that I didn't have any reason until this level of proof was laid in front of me to think mystically in my life. And when I say mystical, I just say it to remove all of the connotations of what religion brings that I don't represent and don't even know. It's not like I've studied religion in depth. I have a very surface level academic approach to what I know about religion. But I do know that it's a mass formation of thought and belief that I would never have permitted myself to subscribe to. And that, of course, isolates one from all the community that those sorts of scenarios inevitably deliver. But another thing, I guess I've always known that I was here to be a loner, to be comfortable as one, and as such, capable of whatever action I need to take here at this point, going forward. And in the sense that I have almost no attachment to humanity directly. I have a sister, a mother, a father for 5 more months, and a brother-in-law who counts because for all of the support he's provided, the zaniness of our family for the last 30 years, 40 years with my sister, I guess I've grown to know love toward another human being as completely as I do toward my nuclear family with Jim. So 5 becomes 4, 4 becomes 3, and 3 against this world isn't much. And I can't even say that my sister and brother-in-law would be on board, but I know their hearts are full of goodness that has not been delivered. So there's an opportunity to, I don't know, be inclusive to the subset of 3. And of course to the rest of humanity. I'm not here for any contention. I haven't arrived here to be the reason you don't want to get up in the morning. The outlook is grim because we have to deal with him, said no Dr. Seuss book ever. I don't think. Maybe it did. Who knows? But if you're going to speak in Seussians, then it's probably time to hit the pause button. And I don't want to pause to go work out, which I actually have to do, because I know I've seen myself in that routine basically fall through every time I've ever said, so I'll be back to record after I work out. Well, while I am in undeniably the best shape I've been in my entire life right now, I don't know that my priority to work out is as high on the list as my priority to get back to connecting with the universe at large via these recordings. It's been a strange 2 months for me on every level, including starting and quitting a job again. I didn't make it. How long did I make it? I made it, well, doesn't matter. That story is one for the ages, honestly. So I'll get to that. But what I am doing here in the 501st recording of It's All My Fault is recognizing that I still think it's all my fault. I still think I could have made this world the place it was supposed to be instead of the place it became. But I also understand that the entire journey of this earth manifestation is about re-triggering humility from within. And I've done that. I feel, again, reset to the complete version of myself that exists when you live in a universe filled with all potential. And the manifestations outside of Earth, I don't think of them as easy. I think of them as tranquil. They're just filled with self-worth, self-development, self-evolution. Just there's no self-doubt. Because like with a dog, there's no self-doubt. And you can come to Earth as a dog. I've done it many times. It's the one way to come to Earth if you're going to do it again. You just have these opportunities to live life forms that don't know regret, don't know doubt, don't know jealousy, don't know insecurity. But here on Earth, it's all of it. It's all of it. And there are even environments in which manifestations supersede jealousy entirely. There is no such thing because it can't exist in the environments in which they're drawn if there's no capacity to think, I'm being shorted and want that and can't have it, or whatever jealousy is that sends you into behavioral patterns of unpredictability for yourself. Think about this. How strange is it that we do things that we're surprised by? How's that even possible? Well, in some cases it's possible because you're being directed and fulfilled in the obligation of the simulation, or whatever you want to call this project. But those disconnects are rare. In fact, usually those aren't disconnects. Those are feelings of attachment when you are fulfilling, or obligated as such. But those aren't all of them. Because, again, this is just more proof that free will exists. You are here in the landscape of challenges, drawn and honed to your own personal developmental quests. And in those moments of true growth, well, you're going to be challenged. You're going to be thrown all kinds of left-handed giggly gooks coming out of the batter's box toward the pitcher, and you're the goddamn pitcher. How's the ball being thrown at you now? Same way that drawer just closed by itself. For emphasis. Thank you, universe. I had such a hard time understanding this. That your whole life is about emerging as the strongest version of yourself. So that is what you carry into your go forward existences. And of course you won't succeed completely. But on Earth, here, the strides you can make, they're enormous. Here, you can literally save humanity. The game is set up in such a way that your limit doesn't exist. Which is strange because you come into this restriction zone and all kinds of limits are placed on you that you don't even realize. That's part of the discombobulation of being here. What you truly have outside of here is limitless existence. And that amount of freedom, well, when it is restricted, it's hard to balance your whole self. And you don't even realize it's being restricted here, because here nothing feels restricted, because in this human meat suit, we are literally capable of almost everything, anything in existence. And so it does seem like we're in this wonderful opportunity of anything at all that I decide to do, I'm capable of executing. What you don't know is that everything here is just what's available in the sandbox. It's the small little terrarium of growth that is left unchecked to see where it will go. But the mechanisms in play, well, they're very limited. I mean, look at time. Time's a mind fuck for sure. And so is isolation of the self into this body. And for most of my life, as it were, most of my John life, I was always trying to prove something through supportive data or external reality. Nothing was real to me if it didn't have verifiability in the reality in which we exist. So for me, to this day, I don't consider, dragons real. But the very first dragon that arrives to start blowing fire across Midwest tornado-stricken alley, well, my opinion will change directly. There will be new evidence. I will think, oh, I guess I should have thought dragons were real. Because not thinking that, well, that was ignorance. They are real. Now, do I think dragons are real? No, of course not. But I do find it odd that we have so many fire-breathing lizard mythologies on all the continents. Just like I find it odd that we have pyramidal structures built in highly precise, aligned with the universe ways on every continent. I find it strange that we have different genetic compositions and external appearances continent to continent. I find it strange that there's no tree on planet Earth, really, that's 1,000 years old, on a planet that's 4.3 billion years old. I find a lot of things fucked up. And in fact, I think what really stopped the recordings was my fear that I had lost my sense of humor. I haven't listened to anything I've recorded in the entire time I haven't spoken because, frankly, I don't even care right now what I've said. But more, it's that for the first 499 of these, I believed that, bottom line, no matter what I was going through, I had enough internal recognition to be able to laugh at it, if necessary. And furthermore, because I could adjust my life in ways that gave me opportunities to not have to do anything but help out and support other people, well, I had found all kinds of ways to not just be energetically positive, but to bring people's lives to better places, to truly help. And some of that was always through being able to laugh at myself and being able to always find the undercurrent of good cheer that exists even in trying circumstances. We all want everyone around us to do the best they possibly can with what they're trying to do here. Manifesting your own excellence, it's what I hope for all of you. It's what I hope anything I could possibly convey that I'm here to do is to see you at your best. That's all I want. And if you're having a hindrance toward achieving that, and any assistance whatsoever could be useful, I want to be there on the spot to help you out at that moment to make sure you don't have challenges you don't deserve to face. And when I don't even know if it was mystical or if it was just my subconscious at work, but the part of you that makes you do things that you're like, why the fuck did I even do that? That part of you can become unsure, can in fact become frightened. And I think that's what happened. I think I know what's coming in ways that now I have to recognize might be legit. You can't have the scene of the hospital play out the way it did for me without recognizing how much of this I already know. It's like remembering something or reenacting a play you did decades ago and remembering all the words in sequence as if, hello, old friend. I forgot we were in touch. So, to me, that means now is the time. There's never been a better opportunity than right now to be the best you that you can be. To just find it in you that you're worth it. That by being worth it to yourself, you make this universe worth existing in. And I'm going to... actually, you know what? I'm going to hold myself accountable today to the 3 failures, maybe even 4 or 5 if I go look all the way back, of saying, I'll get back to this after I've exercised. Because I had a day off yesterday. So today I'm totally rested. I'm 100% energetic. And I'm going to do the hardest workout I do in a month. And that's going to feel great. And then I'm going to come back here and remind everybody here why it is that I didn't lose my sense of humor, even though I have so many reasons that I really think I did. Because whatever you have here that is your undercurrent of sustainability in the worst, most trying of circumstances, well, that unlimited capacity, that has to become the foundation of how we move forward and get out of the mess we've created for ourselves. We have to be able to look at the people around us and think, I just want you to excel. And whatever you've done to this point that hasn't made that work, we're going to fix the opportunities to go forward so that those are no longer burdens on what you said. You don't need to hold yourself guilty or accountable to the past because it doesn't exist. The only thing that you have the ability to do anything about is what's going to happen next. What is happening right now, and what you will do with those two pieces of information for the rest of time going forward. And if those aren't arcs to be the best you can possibly be, well then that's what this is about. We're going to experience life on an upward trajectory, or I'm going to die trying. Because I actually have been asking people for a month now if they can just tell me one interesting thing that they've learned this year, that they've stumbled into, that they've found in their lives that makes them feel like, fuck yeah, that is awesome. And nobody has an answer. Seriously, do you? Pause. Oh, pause. And if you don't, why don't you? But furthermore, it's really nice today. I thought it wasn't even that great, but it's like 85 degrees out there today for a high. So I'm going to get some sunshine too. And I don't want to feel guilty about it. So that's why I'm putting it on this recording. I'll be back to you after exercise and some time outside. If you're not getting time outside today, why not? Why not? It's Saturday. Time outside. Time outside. It heals us all. We're creatures of water. We're creatures of sun. And I think we might even be creatures of the moon. But let's hope that's not in some nefarious controlling our minds way. Because, yeah, obviously I smoke too. Happy high day. Saturday. I'll be back, pause. Unpause. So I still haven't worked out. It's only been like 9 minutes since I paused the last one. But in those 9 minutes, I kept thinking, oh yeah, I want to talk about that. So this is essentially me taking some notes to remind myself, because as we're all capable of admitting, I'm prone to forgetting shit. But I want to talk about money. I want to talk about serenity. I want to talk about fulfillment. And then I want to talk about wins you've gotten that are bigger than this current life on Earth. So if I can get to all that shit, and then get to all the other shit I was going to get to, because there's a list this time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, there are lists. Pause. Oh, pause. And if that sounded like I was insinuating that some of you might be on the lists, like Santa Claus makes or something, no, fuck no. List of who's being bad. What a judgmental motherfucker that guy is. Pause. Oh, pause. All right, I just literally walked to the kitchen. And here's a little mystery I'll leave you with. So, I've got a roommate. And let's just say I named my roommate Charlotte. Now, can you imagine who my roommate is? Pause. Oh, pause. All right, literally, I just walked into the bedroom with my phone, put it down, and thought, if I don't finish that story about Charlotte now, I'll forget I even said that. Since I don't listen to this shit, I thought I might want to just go ahead and follow through on that story now. Because, duh, Charlotte's not a mouse. I didn't name any of the mice. Fuck no. Charlotte's the spider that lives in the corner of my kitchen. And yes, this is fucking insane. I agree. This is fucking insane. So let's get that out of the way. But there's this gap in my kitchen counter baseboard, whatever the shit is that leans into the wall, that spiders have always come up and down through. And I'll see them occasionally. And let's just say that in a house with fucking infested black widows, I'm pretty comfortable with spiders. I see them all the fucking time. And I even see black widows enough that I've gotten used to them. And I know them by their gait. They have a very precise pattern of walking. The black widow spider is the spider upon which all art of spiders that are sinewy and leggy is based. They are a fascinating creature. I wish they'd show up more often. But back to the fucking Charlotte story. So I have had in this house for the past 5-6 years horrible mosquito infestations in my house, where collecting standing water inevitably allows these mosquitoes to rehatch. Until this summer, which I had maybe 5 mosquitoes in the house all summer, honestly. So whatever killed the mosquitoes, thank you. I appreciate that. They're not all gone. I saw them, but I saw them like I used to see them, occasionally. And now, I can't tell you what a gift that was. Of all the things summer gave me that I hadn't realized until I started marking down the wins, no mosquitoes won. It was number one once I realized, oh yeah, there weren't any mosquitoes. That's how bad mosquitoes in my house have been for 4, 5, 6 years. To the point where, in the second summer of it all, I learned how to deflect mosquitoes, and there's only one effective way. It's to surround yourself with fans that blow outward. I'm serious. Think about this. I know that because I've experienced it. I know how to fucking surround myself with fans so that I don't have mosquitoes attacking me. Now, the best part of this, and maybe the reason that they all fucking disappeared, well, let's face it, something killed them. But by 2 summers ago, probably, maybe even 3, but for at least 2 summers, this one doesn't count since there weren't any. But I've been essentially immune to mosquitoes because they've been all over my fucking house, but I never have mosquito bites and I've swatted plenty of them on my arms and legs while they were fucking attacking. So it's not like they weren't biting me, but I just no longer felt their energy. And, that's trippy to say, don't get me wrong. And the first 1 or 2 of the season would always manifest, but after that it was done. So the body is incredible in its capacity to heal you against the threats in your life. And back to the Charlotte story. This summer wasn't bug-free. What this summer was, and I have never experienced this before, was fruit flies invasion. And to the point where I'll bet I could find one in my room right now if I look hard enough. Little fuckers. And I don't know how you kill fruit flies. I have no idea. I don't know if the shit at Home Depot works. Maybe it does. But toxic shit in my house is not how I'm going to approach anything. So when Charlotte showed up, I thought, should I name that spider Charlotte? Because now that she's built the web over there, I'm kind of tolerating her presence, am I not? Thinking in my head, right? We weren't having this conversation between the two of us. But as I'm looking at the spider, I'm thinking, I use the corner of my kitchen so infrequently now. A fucking spider built a spider web there. Literally, that's what I'm thinking in my head, right? I'm like, I can't believe this is what my cooking routine has come down to. Because I just don't cook anymore. I eat rice and beans. I eat tuna fish. I eat eggs. I eat vegetables and fruit. I eat pasta once in a while. I definitely eat peanut butter and honey sandwiches. I'm trying to think what else I eat. I'll eat, what have I had? I had 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream last month. Yes, I did, on the same day. But I eat now, cereal for sure, but I don't eat milk. I'll get chocolate milk now and again because I fucking love chocolate milk. But I basically drink chocolate milk and water. I've had a can of Coke or something, Pepsi, last month. I'm trying not to eat any additional sugars. So if something has added sugar, I just don't buy it. And my diet has, because of especially finance, come down to like 7 things. I really don't even cook. I just microwave shit. Or I use my Instant Pot. That's it. I occasionally will saute shit on the stove. And I make eggs, so obviously I don't eat them raw. But that's my whole existence in the kitchen. So I've tolerated the spider now for probably 2 months. I mean, the presence of the spider is fucking disturbing. Someone walked in the house right now, they'd think I was fucking nuts. Because the spider basically is taking over the whole corner. And I've allowed this. Like, I've encouraged it, in fact. Because in some ways, I just needed another life form to help me through this fucking experience. I can't describe how goddamn disorienting all of this is. Because I'm just someone who, again, doesn't believe this can even be true. And yet it's obviously happening. I'm obviously seeing things happen that I've already known. So it's not like there's anyone in the universe to share this with. Except Charlotte. And you. And my sister and some other people. But yeah, you're right. That's a stupid line to have said. But I find it fascinating that once I started realizing she was killing the fruit flies, I started rooting her on. I'm like, well, fuck. I think we have realized the symbiotic understanding here. I don't go to the corner, and you deal with the fruit flies. I fucking love that about you. So, is it wrong that nature sent me a solution knowing I would never go to Home Depot? No. It's absolutely what happened. And it's not like I want to encourage spiders to make nests in my kitchen. Fuck, I don't. As a matter of fact, now that we've been through this period of time, I don't know how to kick her out. I feel bad. Like, I have to fucking destroy her home. And, yeah. Here's the other weird thing. She's gotten a lot bigger eating all the fruit flies. Like, there are fruit fly carcasses in her nest now that make it look like salt and pepper. So, yes, this is who you're talking to. A guy who literally has a roommate that's a spider in his kitchen named Charlotte. Now, don't you feel bad about yourself, boss? Pause. Don't feel bad about yourself. Seriously. I mean, I guess that was ironic. Pause.